Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Claire. I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial video today using products that I have received in Glossybox's 2019 advent calendar. So I've got a few products to use, you can see here. So I'm going to be creating a makeup look using all these. So whether you have bought a Glossybox advent calendar for yourself or you're just interested in seeing what type of look I've created and what sort of products I'm using, then I hope you find this video interesting. Everything I use I list down below, so underneath this video see show more, click that will bring up description and everything will be down there. I did my skincare a little while ago. I put some Luminate primer on. I love this stuff. This is such a beautiful brand. I am so excited to try more and more products from them. So everything I've tried so far has been lovely. So this is an Instant Glow UV Primer with SPF 30. Because I use vitamin C in my skincare, I need to have a really good SPF. Normally I go for a 50, but a 30 this time of year is not too bad. It's okay. But no, I think it's lovely. It just gives a really nice glow to my face. This is my face naturally. It's not the best. But yeah, I think it's lovely. I've got normal to combination skins. I'm on medication to control my acne, but I do still have large pores here. So for that, I've just added a bit of Professional. It's by Benefit. And I just find just rubbing that into my pores, it just fills them in a little bit and gives me more like a blank canvas ready for the foundation. So the first item I'm going to be using then is a foundation. I prefer to do my face makeup first and then I go on to my eyebrows and eyes and everything, because it just doesn't feel right doing it the other way around. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel like when I'm creating my eye looks, it's like I'm not happy with it. Not happy until right at the end. First thing I'm going to be using from the advent calendar is It's the Season to Be Glossy, an exclusive blending sponge. I've already dampened this down, so it's huge. All nice and squishy, ready for me to put foundation on my face. And I'm going to be using Born This Way. And this is by Too Faced, which is amazing. I love this foundation. I've got it in 2 shades, but because I've got a little bit of a fake tan going on, because I haven't long come back from Italy, so I'm going to be using this. It might be a little bit dark, I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But this is light beige, so I'm just going to apply it to my hand and dab it onto my face and then blend it in with a sponge. You might see a lot of this. This is my Jeffree Star mirror. I love this. So yeah, so I'm just going to dab it all over my face. I think this shade would be alright actually once it's all blended in. If you notice my voice is a little bit raspy, I'm just getting over a cold. I came back from Italy and it must have been all the bugs on the plane, because it really knocked me out. I haven't been well since, and it's over a week ago now. But yeah, never mind. So yeah, I'm just getting over a cold. So I'll just tap that into my skin. This colour's not too bad. Yeah, it's fine. It blends in quickly, doesn't it? I just love this foundation, but also the sponge is fab as well. Really good. That's my base done. So that's my foundation done. And yeah, I love this. Really nice sponge. So next, a little colour correcting underneath my eyes. I've got Estee Lauder, and this is Double Wear Custom Coverage Correcting Duo. And I've got it in peach, light medium. So I'm using the darker side, the peachy side. And I'm just putting that just in the corners there. Just use the tip of this just to blend that in a little bit. Now onto concealer, and I'm using Makeup Revolution, and it's a Conceal and Hydrate concealer, and I've got shade C4. I've got a few of these lying around, so I do tend to pick up any old one. And they all seem to work alright on me. But yeah. So I'm just going underneath really where I went, not full on. I can see a few little areas there. Just dotting where I need a little bit of coverage, but also a bit of lightening as well. Back to the sponge. And because it's already got a little bit of the foundation in it, it means that it's easier to blend the concealer in. So it should blend nicely if it's not too light. That is. So I'm going to set my under eyes, and I've got a little teeny tiny Laura Mercier, and this is translucent powder. I just think it's yep, it's a translucent powder. No other name to it. But yeah, it's super teeny tiny. I'm just going to use a sponge again. I'm going to press that in underneath my eyes. And I'm also going to press it onto my eyebrows as well. And the reason I do that is because you could probably tell I've got hardly any eyebrows. And I need that to be quite set before I can apply any other brow products to it, because otherwise all the brow products will slip off. So the next products I'm going to apply to my face is bronzer, blush and highlight. Because the highlighter is the only cream one I've got, I'm going to apply that first. Normally I would do bronzer, then a blush and then highlight on top, and I still might do that with a highlighting powder, but I want to use this Nude by Nature and it's a Touch of Glow highlighting stick, so I want to add it just to the high points of my face and blend it in using the Beauty Blending Sponge. If I do that first, it's better to blend in the powders to the creams than other way around. Sometimes it all depends on the products, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do anyway, so we'll give it a go. It's lovely. This is so lovely. Can you see there? So nice. Right, I'm just going to try my hand first because I can't remember what it is like. Yeah, I'm just going to apply that to my face and then blend it in with a sponge. So just dabbing it, not dragging because it'll drag my foundation. Just slightly, can you see there? It is pretty, isn't it? I don't want it to pull any of the makeup off. So I'm only slight bit down there. Cupid's bow. Tiny bit there. Going back to the sponge, just lightly blend that in. So it's just giving me a little bit of glow there. It's pretty. Now on to this gorgeous thing. So this is the Tarte palette and this is the Park Avenue Princess. Whoa, these are stunning, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous shades. So I'm going to start with Carrot, which is this one. Then I might add a bit of Princess Cut, which is this one, which is a little bit warmer. So I'll start with the cooler one first and maybe add a little warmth. I'm just using a Real Techniques. What have we got here? I don't know. What are we? Oh, it's a contour brush. Just see what that's like. Just very, very light circular strokes. It's just giving very, very slight definition. So I am going to go over that with the, what do we call here, Princess Cut, which is a slightly warmer colour. Across here. And then jaw. And then using my favourite bronzing brush. It's huge, it's a powder brush, it is. It was clean about 2 days ago, but I've been using it. But this is a Zoeva 106. And I'm going to do the same, but higher. And bring it up more. And bring that right down my neck. Get rid of my hair. So next on to a blusher, and this is by Barry M and it's a blusher palette. You can see there. I'm going to go for this one at the top here. I don't know what shade that is, but that's the one I'm going to go. And I've just got a, what have I got? A blush brush by Real Techniques. Apply that just to the tops of my cheekbones there. And slightly up, like a little tiny C. That's lovely. I really, really like that. That is such a gorgeous colour. It just gives that little bit of a flush of colour. You know, I like that. So there's the blusher for Barry M. Gorgeous shades in there, really, really pretty. The only one I don't think I would use is actually the one that looks like NARS Orgasm, which is the one in the corner there. I might be surprised. I will give it a go, but no, I'm really chuffed with that. Even though I like my highlighters to be really subtle, I don't think that is enough. So I'm going into my favourite ever highlighter, and it's Becca. And what is this? Skin Enhancer, I think it's called. Shimmery Skin Perfector Pressed Powder in shade Moonstone. So just the very tops. Happier now, happier. I'm going to go on to my eyebrows now. In the Glossybox Advent Calendar there's an eyebrow product, and this is Winky Lux Unibrow, and it's a universal brow pencil. One shade. So it's like a taupe sort of colour, and it's got a brush on the end as well. So I'll just brush those up. What is there, that is? Oh, it's quite dark. It is quite dark. Right, I personally don't like that. I think it's too dark for me. If you're familiar with Benefit, my perfect Benefit shades are shade number 2, Goof Proof, which fills it all in and creates like a thicker looking brow. And then I brush it through so it softens it a little bit. Then I use a Precisely My Brow in shade 3 to draw like hair strokes, which is slightly darker, and I find that is the most natural looking on my brows. I use other products as well, but I would say this is probably, and I've only used it light, I would say it's probably like a shade 4 in Benefit. For me, is way too dark, so I'm not going to continue using it. I'm going to use my products instead. I've got a confession to make. This is now the following day. Oh, after after I did my base, I then had a phone call and I had to go out, and I ended up being out for quite a while. Then I just thought, oh, it's too late, I've had this makeup on my face for too long, so it's going to look different if I start filming again and all that. So this is the following morning and I've recreated exactly what I did to my face using exact products that I used at the start of this video. And I had them all like in a box ready, so I knew exactly, and to be honest it's easy to remember anyway because there are not many products. So the only difference is that you can see that I've done my eyebrows, and the reason I've done that is because, as you saw with the Winky Looks eyebrow pencil, it was just way too dark for me. For my brows I use these products. I've got this Chanel eyebrow pencil, and this is a Stylo Sourcils waterproof, and it's in shades 804, so it's quite light, and this one is kindly gifted to me by a lovely subscriber. So I use that similar to when I use a Goof Proof as well by Benefit, just to fill in, sort of to create a shape of my eyebrow. And then I've just recently bought this, and this is a Urban Decay brow blade, and I've got it in shade Taupe Trap. So there's a little pen on there to brush little strokes, which I do in the inner corners, and then I use this then, so it's like a little pencil that I use to fill it in, just to create more of a definition. And then I set my brows with this, because normally I use a BBB London Brow Build Gel. It's amazing, but I need to get a new one. The one I've got is, yeah, it's a couple of months old now, so it needs to be gone. So Benefit, what's this one? This is 24-hour brow setter. So yeah, so that's my eyebrows done. So now on to my eyeshadow. So in the advent calendar there are a few eyeshadow products. So we've got this gorgeous NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette, and it's warm neutrals. So we got that, so I'll be using that. Oh my gosh, these colours are beautiful. They are super gorgeous, aren't they? I'm going to apply this colour here as a base all over my eyelids, just using an Eco Tools brush. I've had it for a long while. Just going to pat that onto my eyes. I'm very fussy about this particular eyeshadow. There's only two that I can think of that I really like. One was in the Style London palette. I think it's the Angel palette from the Glossybox that I received in October's box. That base shade is perfect, that is brilliant. And then the other one is Urban Decay Naked Cherry, and that there's a base shade that I use there, and that is brilliant as well. I like a base shade to just brighten up the area. White is just too harsh looking, but I like it to slightly have more of a pink tone, very subtle sort of pink undertone, because it just brightens it up. Having a really nice base eyeshadow all over your lid like that, for me, it just makes applying the rest of the eyeshadows onto the eyes a lot easier, and it's able to blend more easier as well. Plus, I hardly ever highlight underneath my eyebrows, so by applying the base, it's already highlighted a little bit there. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. There's better ones out there. So just using a Morphe M504, it's a big fluffy brush. I'm just going to just blend that in a little bit. Just soften it up a bit. So then, what shall I do to my eyes? I haven't thought. I always do this. I do this every single morning before I do a video, before I go out anywhere. It's like, oh, what shall I do then? So I never have anything on my mind to do. Let's do a bit of a smoky eye. Yeah, I'll do a bit of an all over smoky eye. So I'm going to be concentrating on all these shades down there. So using a Zoeva 228 brush, which is one of my favourite brushes ever. If you've been following my channel for a long while, you will know that. But yeah, I just think it's fab. So to start with, I'm going to be using this shade up the top here. And I'm just going to apply that just all over my lids. Very softly, covering the whole of my lower lid there. In circular motions until about here. Put down like a transition type of colour down first. So blending that in. There, so that's very natural. You could get away with an eye look like this, add in a little bit of mascara. But yeah, easily you could just go about your day just like that. But no, I'm going to build that up and make it a little bit more darker. So so that's what I've just used. I'm now going to move to this one over here and roughly do the same. But not go as high. So starting in the outer corner, very lightly. With this brush, it fluffs out, but it's got like a little point in the middle, so I'm able to get right into the crease and just swirl that brush around just slightly and it does the work for you. It is brilliant. I love this brush so much. So yeah, so starting in the corner, circular motions. I will be covering the rest of my lid, but I just want to concentrate on creating sort of a shape here. So if you've got hooded eyes, then you would take this up a little bit higher. Like I'm noticing that my eyelids are getting a little bit heavy. They're not hooded, but they are getting heavy. So if I finish my eyeshadow here, I've got too much of this area showing, and from far away it just makes my eyes look tiny, tiny, tiny. So I like to bring up like the dark shades to about here, so it's right on my bone, and then I blend upwards. I am actually going to highlight a little bit of that area afterwards, but yeah, can you see the difference there? It's just darkened it up a little bit. It's creating more of a shape, more of an eye look, just by concentrating in the corner and bringing it up there. So I'm going to do the other eye. So you might notice some people have like crinkly eyelids, especially as we age. The skin on our eyelids become very, very thin, and you can see sort of crinkles developing, which can be a nightmare for applying eyeshadow, but it's not necessary. It doesn't have to be. So for me now, I can see here, it looks almost like streaks, so it hasn't blended in that well. So what I do with that, I just get a clean brush. I'm just using a Zoeva, what have I got here, 227, and then in circular motions, just buff in the areas that don't look as if they're blended well. And it's usually down to sort of the crinkly areas of the skin, and it tends to be in the corners with me. That's what I'm noticing. So by lightly sort of buffing that in, you're not changing the actual look of the eyeshadow. There's no eyeshadow on the brush, so you're not applying. You're just lightly blending that in just to get rid of those sort of lines. Same here as well. It's always in the corners, always in the corners. Okay, so that's second shadow, or third really, if you're counting the base. So I'm going to go darker, and I'm going to go down to the bottom down here. Still using the same brush. Oh, I should be using the Luxie one, shouldn't I? I'll do that for another shade. I'll do it. I nearly forgot. So again, because it's darker, I'm going to start in the corner, imagining a little ball. So I'm creating a little ball of eyeshadow, and then I just slightly bring it over. A little bit different to the other application. Before I was going a little bit higher, a bit more out. I'm just concentrating in the outer here, because I will be bringing it down. This shade, I'll be bringing it down underneath my eyes as well. Exactly the same. Start in the corner, imagine a little ball. But what I forgot to say actually is that when I'm at this stage, when I'm just concentrating on the top half of my eyes, I always try to keep it up high. Like you can see, it's quite angled. I don't want to bring it down here. Not until I've done my under eyes. If you apply your eyeshadow too far out here, it can actually drag your eyes down. From afar, it just looks like you've got droopy eyes. It all depends on what you do underneath your eye. When you connect it, it'll look okay, but if you've done it too far, then it would mean you'd need more shadow underneath to sort of rectify it. So when I'm at this stage, just doing the very tops of my eyes, I always keep it quite high up. Do you see what I mean? So like the shadow is quite high. It's not coming down here. It's not coming there. Not until after I've done my under eyes anyway. So onto the Luxie brush then. And what have we got here is medium angled shading. I'm going to apply a different shade. I'm going to apply a bit of an orangey shade there. So I'm going to use this one. See what this one is like there. Very, very lightly pull it through the tops there, just to give a little bit of colour. Just by applying just a little bit of colour just through the tops there, it just sort of transforms the eye look. And this brush, by the way, is perfect for doing that because it's angled, so you're able to get right in there. So using a clean brush, just going to blend that together with the top. Just a little bit more. Can you see the difference? It's only very subtle, but it just softens it a little bit. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of sparkle. I don't want to do like a spotlight eye or a cut crease or anything. I want it to sort of all blend in nicely together, but I do want a little bit of a shimmer there. So I'll go with this one then. I'll go with this goldy one down the bottom there. I'd imagine you can get a really, really gorgeous gold look on a spotlight if you were to highlight the middle area, use some P. Louise or use like concealer to create like a soft cut crease look, using your finger or actually, you know, like spraying a brush with like setting spray or something and applying it that way. You could get a really, really gorgeous sort of gold shade. For this look, I just want it to be quite a subtle sort of shimmer. So I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to do my under eyes. Using I got a Zoeva 225. It's a Luxe Eye Blender. So it's a little bit smaller. It's rounded, but a little bit smaller. I'm going to go in with the third shade. So not that one, that one. I'm going to go in with this one here. I'm just going to very lightly sweep it across. Very lightly. Then blend it out a little bit. I go all the way across and I connect it to the corner. I finish in the corner there. Now going back to the very first brush I used, which is a Zoeva 228, using the darker shade at the top here. Imagine this is the top of the brush. I start here and then I connect it to the rest of the eyeshadow up here then. Now onto the next eye. I've got a precision shadow. This is by the Vintage Cosmetic Company. It's tiny, it's like a little pencil brush. I'm going to go back into that orange in the middles of my eyes here. I'm just going to add the colour there. Bring it to the corner and across. And then using a teeny tiny brush, I've got a precision smudge brush, and this is Real Techniques. It is super tiny. I'm going to try the sparkly one down the corner here. For like an inner corner highlight. So I start by dabbing it just in the corner and then I slightly bring it down and blend, slightly bring it up and blend as well. Doesn't stand out as much, but it's okay. It's just giving a little bit of a highlight there. Now I'm using I love this brush. I don't know where I got it from. It hasn't even got a name on it. It's sort of fluffy, but not too fluffy, and it's a little bit flat as well. And I just think it's perfect for under eyes. It's sort of rounded, very, very soft, but yeah, it's brilliant. I don't want to blend it back and forth like that, because that is just going to create like a smudge sort of look. So I'm going to do this very, very gently, because obviously I've got a darker outer corner, I've got an orange middle, and I've got a tiny bit of highlight. So I don't want to blend it completely because it will just create like a bit of a smudge. So going in with a brush like this, I just soften the underneath and I go gently across, not touching where my eyelashes are at all. It's just the very, very underneaths, because I want to be able to see the difference in the shades under there. And then I blend it out. I'm going in tiny sort of like, not circles, ovals. Hopefully when this is blended you'll be able to see a difference with the other eye and what I mean. Can you see the difference between there? Very, very slight brush strokes, very slight brush strokes, but it just softens it. This is a little bit harsh. You could keep it like that. It's completely up to you. But by doing it this way, it just softens the eye look. And yeah, I think I'm looking in the viewfinder, so not up close, but there is, from here I can see a definite difference. So now onto the liquid eyeliner. So this is LA Splash, and we've got it in Wickedly Defined Eyeliner. It is gorgeous. It is so pretty, so pretty. I am going to add a tiny bit of this in the very corners. That's where I'm going to do it. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. In all honesty, I forgot I had it. But never mind. I'm going to apply it in the inner corners on top of the little highlight that I've already created. Exactly the same process. Start in the corners there and just do like a little V. Bringing it over just a little bit. Just tiny bit across there, and it's more in the corner. So only subtle, but I think that's quite pretty. That's really pretty. There, that's added a little sparkle to the inner corners of my eyes. Now on to the black eyeliner. I've had this eyeliner before. I've had it a few times in different subscription boxes. It's an okay eyeliner, but it's not the type of eyeliner I would put in my waterline. It just comes off and it smudges super fast. I'm just going to place eyeliner in the outer corners, just where my lashes are, and I'm just dabbing it. And then I go onto the waterline and dab again, and then using your finger, pull it down a little bit, and this creates like a smudge effect. Softer way to do an eyeliner without it looking too harsh, and it tends to stay a lot longer doing it this way as well. Then I'm going to do something similar to the top lashes, very faintly, because I don't want to do like a lined look. I just want to create more of a definition. I'm just going to be pressing this eyeliner into my top lashes and only doing it halfway as well. A little bit of a difference, not much. So there you go. So that's the eyeliner used, that's the liquid eyeliner used. So that's all that's left really is the mascara. So 180% more lashes. Whoa, big claim, big claim. For a tiny brush, I forgot what this is like because I've been saving these items for this video. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes. Oh, I am quite impressed. I am quite impressed. It's thickening them, and it's sort of, yeah, it's easy to separate, it's easy to get in the corners. Oh my gosh, I never thought I would like it, but so far so good. My eyelashes are tiny, they are straight, they are fair, and they are super short. So I need all the help I can get. As with all my mascara applications, I always go in with a second coat because, yeah, can't really notice much on the bottom lashes there. I am really impressed with that mascara. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. I think it is really good. You can really see my lashes. Normally you can't. You don't have to do this, but I just fancy going in with a white eyeliner. I've got a L'Oreal Paradise and it's Ecstatic, and I'm just going to go in the inner corners. There, using my nail to blend it in. I just wanted something to brighten up my eyes a little bit more. So yeah, so that's my eye look done. So now onto the lipstick. This is a lipstick by Nude Sticks, and it's a lip and cheek pencil. So that's what it looks like there. I've already tried this. I think it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love pencils. So easy to apply to your lips. So easy. So let's go. It is so creamy. It is gorgeous. You can see it there. So to finish this look, I'm going to be using setting spray. I've got my MAC Pep and Prime, and this is in Gold Lit. I'm going to spray this with my face. Ooh. And just hope that my eye makeup is not ruined. So this is my finished look. So I've just popped on some eyelashes. They are Eyelure Exaggerate in number 129, I believe they are. I received them in this year's advent calendar, Amazon advent calendar, I should say. And yeah, so I've just put them on, I've trimmed them, and I just think it just finishes off the look really nicely. I don't go for full-on big, thick black eyelashes. I like them to be quite long and wispy, but you can see if I look at the side, maybe more. But yeah, I just think it's just nice. I do love my eyelashes with that mascara, but for a more smoky eye look, I do tend to go for false eyelashes. So yeah, so overall, I'm really happy with the items. All the products that I received in the Glossybox advent calendar, I really like. There's nothing I don't particularly like. I think I'll get least use out of maybe the cream highlighter, only because it's the sort of thing I wear in the summertime. If I'm wearing a tinted moisturiser or something, I might pop a bit of cream highlight just on the areas that, you know, catch the light naturally. But other than that, I don't tend to use it because I like my foundation to be a little bit more thicker in the winter, so I find powder highlights a lot better. The Tarte palette, gorgeous, absolutely stunning, but it's just made me realise that out of all the shades that are in there, I'm only going to be using 2 or 3. I'm not that keen on sort of kits. Handy, obviously, but I'm not that keen. I prefer to have individual ones then. So, but no, I'm really chuffed that I've got this palette because the shades in there are gorgeous, really lovely. But what else is there? Blush, a little bit of blush, not a lot, but a little bit, just to put a bit of colour in my cheeks. Love it. Barriere, got some gorgeous colours there. And yeah, I think overall the sponge as well is brilliant. Only thing out of everything that I didn't like was the eyebrow pencil. It was just way too dark. It's supposed to be a universal colour, but it was just way too dark, and I've had some other universal colour eyebrow products before and they seem to be alright, but no, I just knew instantly, so I did my brows my normal way. But yeah, the eyeshadow, beautiful. I used quite a few shades and I really like the way they applied. They blend in beautifully. Not so much as shimmers, but I think you do need to work with them a little bit more. The LA Lash liquid liner, is fab, just giving me a little bit of sparkle in the corners of my eyes there. So that just picks that little corner up there beautifully. Gorgeous lipstick. I love the lipstick. So all in all, I'm really happy. I hope you enjoyed following along, seeing what I do, seeing what colours and things I used. And if you decide to have a go at doing this tutorial yourself, then please let me know how you get on. I'd love to know your thoughts on the way I do a tutorial, if I explain things well to you, if you can follow easily and things like that. So all your feedback, please comment down below. I'd love to know. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, it'd be lovely if you give me a big thumbs up. And as always, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel for lots of videos to come. Take care. Bye.